Warning! You're watching Dr. Todd Lee TV, where theoretically you could learn a bunch of cool shit.
Okay, well, because you're the big stretch guy, so you never stretch because every rep is a stretch.
It's like literally, if I were to stretch with you beforehand, then it would be disingenuous to my brand. So I literally I make a whole point that I'm like, I literally don't stretch. So I use my training as a basically hypermobility, like almost weighted partner stretch every single rep, and you'll see what I mean. That's why my body feels so good, is because my training isn't like a way to beat myself up. It's a way to grow in a way that I'm actually creating those stretch adaptations as I train.
The way I explain it to everyone is that the reason why you're the one in the world I want to train with more than anyone else is because you're the only big guy who uses optimal training, who does the slow eccentric, the deep stretches. You prove the skinny scientists right, and you prove all the meatheads wrong. You can still grow muscle doing it the smart way.
All right, well,
ready?
On that note, let's fucking hit some legs.
All right, cool.
So this is most mobility I do for a leg set or leg session is just in the beginning. And then obviously from there, everything is just, every rep is that kind of therapeutic idea of, okay, how can I maximize stimulus while minimizing obviously the joint stress, and then also using every single rep as an opportunity to continue to hypermobilize. So I'm gonna use a slight heel elevation here. I usually have a wedge. I don't have one at this gym, so I use this half foam roller when I'm here. And for my mobility,
Andy's also got on the squat.
I also have the squat shoes.
Shoes.
And then I've got yoga blocks underneath the lower back. These do two things. One is put me more horizontal, so you can see I'm almost, if you were to draw a line from my shoulders to my hips, I'm pretty much horizontal to the ground, like basically parallel to the ground. So that's gonna allow me to take a lot of pressure off the lower back. So as I descend here and pull my butt down using these, if I'm up here and I'm hinged forward, I am not gonna be able to get the same range of motion, and you're basically collapsing here and creating a very severe angle. So your hips better be hyper fucking mobile, because you're gonna start taking a lot of strain in the lower back. So what I've done is put myself more here so I can get that kind of heel to butt without having to worry about a lot of that pressure going to my lower back. So here, I just start here with a mobility set. And like I'm able to start with three. Three's been a sweet spot for me at my size, because I need enough that I'm able to get, like, have it almost push me down. Whereas if it's like two, it feels nice, but it's not really enough to get me down to that deep range. I let the knees track slightly out, but you can see how comfortable I am here, even like just at the beginning of the session. Like I have no problem like pushing this leg out with 3 plates on there, like opening up the hips, the adductors, because you have to think all this stuff ties in together. So if your hips are tight, it's gonna pull, or your adductors here are tight, you're gonna start tugging here all the way through to your lower back, and it's gonna start to lift off. So what I would say is, get really comfy here. You can use, I like to use my forearms to kind of like give myself that little bit of kind of support, and then it also allows me to kind of push the knees out, almost like a butterfly stretch. So right now I'm mobilizing my quads, I'm mobilizing my adductors, I'm mobilizing my hips, my glutes even, because when I push out here, realistically, especially if I push one in, I'm gonna mobilize all the way through that kind of lower glute med. And then as I push lower here, you can see every single like 10 seconds, I'm able to kind of get that heel closer to butt, and that's the end game, right? If I can get that heel pretty much down to my butt without lifting off, I'm basically getting this angle to 0, and that's gonna make, from a torque perspective or from an external force perspective, that weight, that 3 plates at this angle of knee flexion is probably synonymous to 6 or 7 at like, let's say 90-degree knee flexion. So like what you'd like normally see a pro bodybuilder, like a Ronnie Coleman style leg press, where they're coming down, the seat's higher, and then they're only coming down to about 90-degree knees. the amount of force that is required to get out of this bottom position is about twice as much, because you know, I've done that range of motion for a lot of years, and I've done this range of motion. I can tell you it's a whole different ball game in terms of how it feels, in terms of the amount of force production that's required. So yeah, I'll sit down here for a good, like, beginning my session, like 2 to 3 minutes, just opening up everything, feeling like really comfortable. And then what that allows me to do is just kind of hop into my one more like kind of lead-in set, and then right into 2 hard working sets, and then we move on. And then from there, the rest of the workout, everything feels so open up. We can go right into whatever we want: hack squat, a super squat, a pendulum, Bulgarian, and I don't have to worry about, okay, now I have to do 3 warm-up sets here because I just beat the hell out of myself with 90-degree reps on the leg press, so I feel even tighter than I did when I walked in. We want to feel like every single set beyond these first couple working sets, everything feels very loose and lubricated, and actually that the leg press sets end up being kind of therapeutic in a sense.
So I always warm up with leg extensions to pre-exhaust my quads. I noticed you didn't mention those. You not do leg extensions?
I do them later in the workout. Okay. I treat my leg extensions as a very hard working exercise for my quads. I think they're very hypertrophic in the sense of I instead of having to load, let's say, with like a really heavy pendulum or a hack squat, which are great, but you're gonna get a lot of glute involvement.
Right, and I'm trying to avoid
Whereas, you know, with quad extension, you can load it, you can stretch it, we're gonna add pads to it. And so if you use it as a pre-exhaust, what I find is you're using it as a warm-up, whereas it's such a good growth tool that I don't wanna think of it as a, like, let's say warm-up or throwaway exercise. I wanna use it as a immense.
So when I say pre-exhaust, I don't mean a warm-up. I'm doing like
working
grueling
sets
and drop sets. And not drop sets,
so,
rest balls and stuff on it. I just do it first, my primary quad movement.
So what I find is this mobilizes better.
Okay.
And what we know is obviously mechanical tension is king. So if I were to go and kind of crush myself with something that's, I find a little bit easier on the CNS later in the workout, then I can make sure that I can maximize load here to then still be able to do probably at least 80 or 90% of what I would be able to do first thing in the workout.
I've noticed that too, that I can, if I do 25 reps with 150 pounds one leg first, I can still get it 22 reps with 150 pounds last.
Correct.
So
whereas I think the leg press, you
need to have
you'd really suffer in terms of like your ability to drive top end load. So you just sit down. I want to put this a little lower because I'm a little taller than you. So sit underneath them.
There?
Yeah. So sit all the way down on the seat. Okay. Yeah. And then you kind of want to roll. So I want the pads a little lower for you then. Like, I want them like kind of right above your like upper glute, like kind of right there, and the other one too, to match it. There you go. A little more. There it is right there. Now fucking lie over. You see how it almost lays you back like that?
Yeah.
And then I want to go.
I don't know if I'm tall enough. Let's see.
We can just push it up, and then we'll rack it down one. There you go. Now down a little bit. There you go. Here, back in. Good. And then let's set this right about here. And then as we continue to mobilize, obviously the lower back will kind of start to like stay down a little bit more. But you see how with the blocks, it doesn't feel like you're like straining as much on the lower back.
Right.
So what I want you to do is when you reset at the top, so push back up. And then I want you to pull your butt down with your hands, like with the handles. There it is. Now lock in there. Use it to lock in. And try to keep the butt down a little more.
Just one plate's heavy when you do it like that.
So I'll go like one more like lead-in set, which this set is gonna be a little less of a pause. That's perfect. So yeah, what I'd say is, you see how I kind of lock in here? As I descend, I try to almost like crunch core, and then I just try to like let those knees track just slightly outside of armpits, and then I rock back at the bottom to really get that like knee over toe crazy stretch feel. So you see what I mean? Brace, crunch, down, pulling myself down here, pull. And then as I get towards the bottom, now I pull chest open.
Wow. That's so flexible.
And then here just helps me up. Say lock, 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 lock. Pull. Tough lead up. Drive out. So that's a good one more good lead in set.
What do you think, 2 plates?
2.
No reason to get greedy. If nothing else, novel stimulus, even if I undertrain it, it's still gonna work.
Yep, I'd say honestly probably your working sets will be maybe 2 1/4. So this is just one more like lead in set, just to get really comfortable with the movement, get everything opened up.
So we want this here, or we want this here?
Especially lower for you. So I have mine about here.
All right.
But for you, like right about there.
Right there.
And then sit all the way down. That's nice. Yep. Slowly center and pull fucking down hard. Pull down hard, hard. There you go. It's fucked, right? Good. Nice. Good. Lock in, pull. Yeah. Nice. Then you're gonna get even more quad. So you keep those knees a little tighter.
Keep the knees in tighter?
Like right to like armpit. You see where mine landed on me? Yes, yes, yes. You're gonna see how you get that crazy quad stretch?
Yeah.
There it is. 1 or 2 more, just like that. Right there, right there. Good. Nice. That's it. Let's go. Stretch, stretch, stretch. And out. That's it. Money. That was terrific. How's it feel?
I got to keep my big toe down if I want my lateral quads to fire.
Yeah.
I figured that out.
And also just like, you have to think, the more you're here and the knees flare, you're going to get more of that, especially that tie-in, right? Like right here, glute and adductors. Whereas if you can keep it just right outside armpits, you're still going to get, that's why my fucking adductors look the way they do. You're still going to get some, but we can get a lot more.
Which is the goal, is sweep, right?
Sweep, rec fam.
That was a good set. I think that was pretty much failure on that last rep.
Yeah, that was pretty close. I think two plates is probably good for you. That
was hard. It's humiliating, but hard. Yeah, that was definitely a work set for me. That was not a warm-up set. Was that 10?
I don't know. Somewhere on there.
Well, that was an excellent set. Would you say that was like RAR1?
What about that, yeah. So next set, we're gonna do, since I have you here, we're gonna do what I call 3-2-1s. So the last working set, I'll get to pretty much my own, let's say 1 RAR. I'll take the whole negative down to the pause, give you a 3, 2, 1-on-1. I'll have you pull like 20% out of the hole. You get a little almost force. Okay. Ouch.
So you did.
Yeah, you can see.
7 plates. So I have knee wraps. Do you ever use those? Or not on
like
stuff like this?
reps? No, I never use them. I only use these for compression when I have no knee pain whatsoever. So I used to use these as almost like just the heat and slight compression, whereas I never use reps or anything. Just because like, you see that's like, I mean, it's heavy, but for me, that weight's still so controllable that I don't feel like, oh shit, I need a crazy amount of compression. Because realistically, let's say we're going just 90-degree knee flexion, I could stack out here and then all the way, you know, probably 12, 13 plates. But then decelerating at 90 and hitting like piston type reps, that's where my knees, I need those crazy reps, because you see how the cadence too is a big portion of that. People are like, well, why do you do foot so negative and pauses? It decelerates the weight so slowly. You have to think from a physics perspective, how much less force, it's, you know, mass times acceleration. So if I'm decelerating 7 plates on a 6-second eccentric, the amount of force at the bottom of the rep is much less in terms of that deceleration that I need. Whereas if I'm fucking pistoning it, think about 15, 20 reps at 15 plates, how much force at that deceleration point is produced. So that's why I focus less on the weight, and that's why even at that set, I could take these knee wraps off. It makes zero difference.
Should I do 3 or should I do 2?
I say do 2, because you're pretty much like close to failure at 2.
Yep, I was about 1 rep in reserve.
Yep. Knees just outside of armpits, right there. Yes, dude. How'd that feel? Brutal, right? I'm cool with it. Getting those heels almost touching that butt. Yes. I'm just gonna help you out at the very bottom of the rep. So. Okay, let's go. Good slow. Big stretch. Just hold it. See, living it out. Good, and wrap. That's really nice.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, dude.
That was all quad, no glute.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, I'm actually gonna do, just so I can show you that I can do it too, I'm gonna drop down to 6, and I'm gonna play with that super low placement as well. Just so I can show the viewers just how you can actually make the weight even heavier on your quads just by foot placement and using this as well. Just because the biggest problem with most people when they drop the feet too low is the heels start to severely lift. But if you have something like this or a squat wedge that you can put on your heels, you don't have that problem, right? You won't feel like your heels were lifting off?
The whole reason why I don't do the leg press or the hack squat anymore is because I never figured out how to use the wedge.
Yeah.
I've been doing belt squat or power squat.
Yeah.
Because I can use the wedge. And these don't look like it, but I turn these into squat shoes.
Yeah.
I took the soles out of those, put them in here, and put Versa wedge in these.
Okay, yeah.
And I have an extra 2 sets of Versa wedges to change the pitch, but I knew that with this we'd have enough.
I'll get the piggies out for this one so you guys can see how the stimulus is going.
Piggies. So the closer up it goes, the deeper the steepness.
Correct. So this is where I'm gonna get. You can already see at this like that foot placement. This low.
You put your. Okay, that looks more comfortable.
Yeah, so I kind of pushed right into here. But I was higher up for my first set. But I wanted to show you guys, like, this is probably gonna feel harder at 6 than 7 did with my feet higher up.
Right.
That's why a lot of guys will be fucking leg pressing up here.
I used to do that with 13 plates. Now I do this with way less. Now I'm gonna use this half. I'm gonna buy a half a foam roller and take it with me to the gym.
I'll send you the link for the almost like, what would be synonymous, but it's a wedge and it's foam, so it doesn't slide at all.
Okay, cool.
Because you can't use a plastic or metal one on this. Fucking deal flying up.
I take my own equipment to the gym all the time.
Yeah. I got it. Great spot.
Good job, man. You didn't even have to call the 3, 2, 1. I could hear you breathe.
Yeah.
3 counts. Was that enough spot?
Yeah, it's perfect.
Okay.
It was like perfect. Like some people, when I tell them that, they'll do way too much. Like they'll fucking try to pull it out.
You're supposed to not know I was there.
That's it, exactly. It felt like that. Like I knew you were there, but it felt like just as hard as the reps before. That's the whole idea.
So you're 34, right?
Just turned 34.
All right, I've been lifting for 34 years.
I've been lifting for 23.
Spread them apart. Oh no, keep them close together, but just push the floor apart with the hips back. Push your knees out a little bit harder. God damn. That looks some good shit. You get the sartorius popping and everything. What happens if you drop down 3 inches?
Yeah, right there.
I can't see because I'm normally going this way. All right, drop down 3 more inches. Like, come down like that.
Yeah.
Come on as low as you can go.
Quads are fucking on fire.
Just come down as low as you can go. There you go. And then throw that knee over. Turn that heel out a little bit. And squeeze your glute. I think your hamstring just dropped.
Yeah.
You see that?
My balls could just do the same.
So what do you think about me trying to put my balls, my feet there and toes up there this time? Do you think that would be
Your last quad.
the last quad?
Yeah.
Oh, then fuck it, I'll do more quad.
Let's say if anything, go a little lower. You should be lower than me because I'm taller than you.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm saying, go lower.
Lower, yeah, not higher.
Yeah, like,
I think I meant higher. Yeah, like, yeah, right, even there. Yeah,
this feels perfect.
that's perfect right there. Yeah. Breathe into it, there it is. Good. Good. Come on. Living it, living it. Yeah, fucking living it. Take it. Pause. Okay, we're gonna go 2 of those adaptation reps. We're gonna go super big pauses. I got you. Hold it, breathe. Get down more. Don't go out until I tell you. 3, 2, 1. One more. Big pause, breathe. Fucking living it. This is your fucking moment right here. You live for this shit. Let's go. No, not yet. Not until I fucking tell you. 3, 2, 1, go. Yes. That's fucking right. Rack that shit. Yes, rack. Good. That's a great set.
I think that seemed easier because more of my foot was in contact.
Place.
Rather than I was fighting up here.
Yeah, I'm always just a little, I want to make sure I work people's feet down in a way that's comfortable with their hip mobility.
Okay.
Because like you're actually open up really well, whereas the lower your foot goes, the more you're the crazier that angle, and the more that you're apt to get that hip tilt, that hip lift off the pad. But you were doing really well. That it was actually getting better as you went.
Right.
And so I was actually happy that you got your feet that low. Okay, I just always am cognizant of, okay, let me not push people down. Because I see it, I'm sure you've seen it when guys try to do the low foot lifts, and you're like, their fucking hips, like their upper back's connected, but their fucking hips are flat. And that's where you get real dangerous, because now when you press out, you could get a little bit of, if you're already up here, this, and that hyperextension is where it gets a little saucy. So that's why I'd say, guys, if you're watching this, make sure you progress in a way that, don't try to shoot for my range of motion in the first week or in the first month or in the first 3 months. It takes usually my clients to get even close to my range of motion 2 to 4 months, and that's with way less tissue than I have. The more tissue you have and the more locked up you are, the longer it's gonna take for you to get opened up. All right, so we're gonna go 2 different pack variants that are both very quad focused.
So I typically reverse band hacks. You obviously don't.
We'll actually band this. So I could use these here.
What I used to do is
they have 2 pegs. That's what these are for right here, these pegs. So I go here.
I usually go double.
And I'll double this one probably one time around. And then that will be perfect probably.
That works, yeah.
Yeah, because you want to already have a little tension at the top, but you don't want it to be too much. Yeah, it's perfect. Let's go 5. All right, so for this setup here, I've still got I'd use my wedge if I had it, but what I'm gonna do here is push this, make sure it's under both.
Gotcha.
You got it? And then what I want to actually do is roll up into the pad. So I'm not on the roller, I'm actually still in the pad. You see how it puts me on that nice like lumbar extended position?
I actually got that trick from Dominic Cuso.
So now we got the heels elevated, so we can go nice placement. I'm gonna brace core slightly here. I'm gonna dig into that deepest part of the rep. I'm gonna drive out. Beautiful. I'd say 2. I'll probably just give you one more band actually. Let's try with a foam roller first, and then we can see how it feels. So set that first. Crunch core. And almost like look it in. So don't dunk it in. Pause. Out. Okay, a little deeper, and I got you. Slow. Breathe in. Deep out. A little slower eccentric.
It's a lot better than I took.
Slow. There it is. That's better right there. That's it. That's it. Now out.
I got it.
Okay. Slow. Don't fucking dunk it in. Let's go. Slow. Control. Big stretch. Good. One more. Nice. Rack. Nice.
That's perfect.
That's nice, right?
And 0 discomfort. First 5 felt light, and then it was all lateral quads.
Yeah.
No adductor, no medial quad, no glute. It was perfect.
I know what I'm doing sometimes.
This is a very smooth hack squat.
The setup also with being forward and having the heel elevated with low foot placement, that's the key too. And then not feeling you're gonna bottom it out, that's also big. I'll go 4 is fine.
All right. 5, right?
4.
4.
Yeah, I'm gonna show you one other variant that the modified Platts Janicki special.
Oh, okay. Tom Platt style. And that's the trick, is the rock. So you get the stretch, but you don't have to force it out of the hole with the stretch. You rock back onto your heels before you push.
Not on my heels, but out to a position where it's not precarious for my lower back. Ooh. Fuck.
One finger. I only had one finger on it.
Okay.
It's a good finger.
So that's what I like to warm up with, but I usually like to end at this. But I don't know if you got that joke.
All right, so
Say 1.
I think I can do 3. But do you want me to say it 2?
No, this is you want to go down
Oh, we
because
wanna
this is way harder than.
Okay.
So I went down from 5 to 4.
Well, yeah, I forgot that I was doing what you just did.
You're gonna love this shit actually, though. I can guarantee it. So the hips are still off, but you kind of keep them like hovering slightly closer to the pad on the descent and ascent. Then I want you to think, once you get down to the bottom, I want you to think pushing almost hips forward.
Like,
Sissy squat.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like Tom Platts used to do.
Exactly. Go. Let me look at foot placement up a little, just a little bit.
More?
Right there. So slow, hips off first, just a little, right there. Now stay in that plane, wait for it, and now push forward. Now slightly back first, hips back and then out. That's it right there. Slow, 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 slow. Knees over toes, knees over, push, push, push forward, forward. Slow, 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 slow. Good, now forward, slow, pause and stretch, pause, pause. And then back a bit, and then out, yes. Good. Let's go. Down, forward, back. Ooh, I like it. Feel like the
I
bottom.
can hear you so well over the music.
Yeah, sorry. So I want you at the bottom to almost feel like your knees are almost gonna touch that fucking foot plate. Yeah, and then back first, and then out. Yes. Good. That's nutty. Slow. Yeah, now he's in it. Yeah. A little more stretch to the bottom. Slow. Stretch more. Push forward. 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 That's it right there. Yeah. Okay. A little bit more before you kick out. So slow. Slow rock forward. Slow. Push those knees. Slow. Push, push, push. Now slow on the back. Back more. Back more. And now push out. Yeah. That's fucking terrific. Dude, that was awesome.
What did I touch with that knee? Did I touch that or touch you?
That was me, but you were about that far.
Okay.
I don't know how close I was. My range of motion is terrific.
Because my lungs aren't doing the work. It's my knee, my
Exactly.
quads are.
Yeah, it's not aerobic.
It's not.
Like you're still able to talk normally right
Yeah.
now.
Normally I'd be gassed for like 10 minutes after a set.
Let's go those two. I mean, I could probably go one more set. That's fun.
I want to do one more set.
Yeah, let's do it. I'll go 4 again and I'll try to keep my hips a little higher off. Actually, I'll go 3 and I'll try to do what you're doing, whereas I just keep it more up the whole time. I want to see how it feels. Yeah, I want to see it, and also a little lower foot placement. Obviously,
I felt like when I rocked back, it took so much off the quads.
Yeah.
And
It's
I
like-
wasn't feeling my knees, so I was like, why?
It's more to protect lower back, honestly. Heavier weights for me, like 4 plates.
Whoa, yeah.
So I'm here with my hips, and I press up. I don't want to slightly hyperextend. But
I also have a belt on.
yeah, I haven't trained with a belt in probably fucking 6 years or so.
Do you think it weakens the abs? I always wear the belt so I remember to keep my core tight.
Well, you have to see. So with me, watch how like everything I do is so controlled that I actually like I almost like don't even. So right here, my core is almost like in a vacuum. So I'm not even bracing it. So watch. Oh, come on. Ah, fuck.
So on the second to last set, 25 pounds of force. On the last set, it was about 60, 70 pounds of force.
In terms of your assistance?
Last rep was 60, 70 pounds of force.
In terms of assistance?
Yeah.
I'll take every pound of it. I'm also not a big tracking guy. I'm a big stimulus guy. Just because I know, for example, that 6 plates felt harder than the 7 with my feet 3 inches lower.
Right, so
if I'm tracking, then I'm like, oh, fuck, I'm getting weaker. Really made.
you psych yourself out, in other words.
Exactly.
So what I do is once I introduce an exercise into a block, I do not change the variant on that
Yeah.
the whole 8 to 12 weeks.
That
And
makes
then
sense.
when I rotate it back in, I'll adjust it then.
But like even some of those, even though the foot plates and everything was the same, when I cued you in and I had you control the negative more and they started exploding out of the
Right,
bottom.
well, at that point, extra
Yeah.
reps is just, I put a plus and I put,
Yeah.
so only, like if it's 8 plus 7 or 8 plus 4 plus
Yeah,
3,
yeah.
I only count that 8 when it comes to what do I have to beat.
Okay.
The extra stuff's just extra.
Yeah, so as long as you keep that tempo consistent, and then how you drive out of the bottom of the rep, because I will say, for example, for me to drive, even with a good negative eccentric, if I'm here, this, even though I get same eccentric control, and then I go here,
It's completely different.
completely different rep.
Right, so with the finesse move, I don't track.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And this is a finesse move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Very nice. Go. There you go. Gotcha, okay. That's a good one. Two more. Yeah. With me or without me? Let's try it without. That's just your time. Let's go one more and then two more. Oh, you're touching. Push.
I'm out.
Yeah, I'm in.
All right.
Big pause.
I can go deeper.
Deeper. 3, 2, 1. Nice control out. That's it, right there. Nice. Slow eccentric. Slow as fuck. Slow it. Control it. Big pause. I'm gonna tell you one. 2, 1. Big out. Big out. One more. Come on, one more. Come on. Came to play today. Let's go. Game fucking time. Let's go. Pause it. I'll tell you when. 3, 2, 1. Out. Drag it out. Drag it out. Atta boy. It's hell of a set. Hell of a set.
And then I got 7 plus 3.
Yeah, man. That's all I counted. Terrific. How'd you like those?
It was great.
I always say they come scared and they leave satisfied. You said it's accurate.
I was worried about cardiovascular work.
It's you.
I knew you wouldn't hurt me. I knew I wouldn't get a damaged injury, quad injury, or knee injury. I just thought I'd be throwing up.
Nah. I'll show you this one real quick. What I like to do is add these for more range of motion, even though the range of motion on this Mayhem is fucking terrific. So what I do is wrap this around the bottom. I find my way in.
Weird.
I know, dude. So I find my way in. Let's get the piggies out again for these so you can see the stimulus. So I find here, get nice and balanced, make sure the pad's even. So see how it's like almost wrapped around the edge?
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna lie all the way back. You see how much stretch I already have?
Okay.
By being here, and like kick out. Pulling my butt down. Huge fucking section. Oh, fuck.
That's a lot of weight.
Let's probably make that a little shorter. It's gonna over here. Then you're gonna basically find your way over it first. Here, I'll let it under first. There you go. And keep it low. Yep. And then it's like fall over it. Yeah. And pull it butt down. There it is. There it is. Pick it up. Squeeze. Slow. Push. Yep. Two partials, halves. Stretch, control out of stretch. Push. I say keep that butt down so we can get all the way up through your hips.
I don't know why I'm not able to.
Okay. Push half. Good, one more. Good, out.
I probably should use one pad.
Huh?
I probably should use one pad
Yeah.
too, because I'm not heavy enough, I think, to.
Pull. Well, it's not about weight. It's just I usually use a shit ton of like pulling on these handles. Like I'm probably pulling down with a good like
200-300 pounds of force.
Yeah. Here goes nothing. Big. Push on. Nutty. Oh yeah.
7 sets total.
I still want to touch hams because it's a weak point for me today. But what I've been doing is touching hamstrings 3 times a week. I'll do a little bit on my pull day, a little bit on my quad focus leg day, and then I'll do a lot on my posterior focus leg day. So like on my posterior focus leg day, I'll do some sort of like deficit RDL or banded GHD, hamstring bias, and then like a seated stretch bias hamstring curl. My second day, I'll do the stretch bias hamstring curl, heavy for like 2 to 3 sets on my back day, and then on my pull day, and then today I'll do lying hams for 2 hard sets. So I'll touch them 3 times a week, but not with a crazy amount of volume. I just want to get more frequency, because if I hit them so hard that they're not recovered, because if I'm hitting them closer every 2 to 3 days, almost max 2 days, then I'll fuck myself over if I
go upper, lower, off. So I have 3 sets of leg curls, 3 sets of leg extension, 2 sets of a press every 48 hours. So I end up getting 9 sets of hamstrings, 15 sets of quads.
I mean, that's what it's all about, like cumulative volume. But I just think that the volume, like based on the latest research, is better split than trying to fucking
Of course.
demolish yourself in one go.
First set's always your best set, right?
Yep.
So if you get 3 first sets a week, it's better than getting 1 first set or 2 first sets.
This is the best lying hamstring curl I've ever used, though.
What's up, bro?
This is the best lying hamstring curl I've ever used, though. Yep. Okay, I go. How? Thank you. How?
Dude, C-Bum's trunks are all the way up his ass. Oh, that's Ramon's.
Oh.
God. We gotta get you a towel, bro.
Yeah, bro. I'm gonna get one. I have one. I'm fucking cooked.
I feel like I'm not training hard because I'm not sweating like that. Shit. Does it matter if it's off the edge or on the edge?
I like it slightly off, just barely. Yeah, right there. There it is. Yeah, really pause that stretch. Slow, you can. Maybe a 4 count down. Down, 2, 3, 4, even slower. Pull. Fucking control that shit. Control with your hamstring. Let's go. Quick. Pause and stretch, and then concerted pull. That's so much better. You get so much more stimulus to the hamstring. Pause, and then pull just hamstring. That's better. Yeah, trying to take less explode, just more pull with the heels. Good. Now slow as you can, down. Slower. No, just go back to the top. Slow as you can. Slower. 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 Pause and stretch. 3, 2, 1, pull. Good, now slow as you can, slower, slower, slower. One more like that. Good, one more, big hold. Hold it, slower, slow as you can, slower, slower, slower. Hold it right there, hold it, hold it, hold it. 3, 2, 1, get up. Good. I could just see your hamstring. When you would control the eccentric, you'd sit and pause, and then you'd pull. It was so much better when you were just fucking shooting them. So the range of motion was the same. It was just how much you were locked into the movement. So I'm actually gonna go a little lighter too, because I felt like I was getting a little explosive too. But you'll see here, watch how much I'm actually.
Okay, I see how you got it now.
So here, so you see this, almost turning toes in, lock, and then pulling with just hamstring. Yep, I'll take it. Oh, I get it. Three, two, one. Three, two, one. Big push, 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 push. And I go. Wow. Reach, big pause and stretch. Pull, just handy. Just there, now slow as fuck. That's it. There's a difference between going down slow and controlling the eccentric through the target muscle. The big difference. Because then it almost becomes, instead of passive tension, also almost active, basically resistance. So you're really kind of like still contracting on the way down. You're just releasing with that target muscle group. Slow, slower. Good, pull up to it. Now slow as you can, slower now, slower now, slower now. 2 more reps. Up. Slow under that. Slow, slower, more, slower. There it is. That tempo, that tempo. 1, 2, I got it. 3, and then hold on the 4th one. Hold it, 3, 2, oh, he said, fuck you, Eric. Let's go a couple more then. Halves. More. 2 more halves. 1 more half. Get out of there. Fucking alien hamstrings. That's what we're talking about. How's the stimulus there?
It's good shit.
Yeah.
What about calves? You ever train calves?
Yeah, so I was gonna show you the good lighting over here, and then I say ideally hit out like either 5 sets of like really fast, like slow, short rest time, like 30-second, almost myo sets of like seated calf raises, or like if a place has it, I'll do like a standing calf raise, like a stiff leg. But I would use this actually setup's actually really good for it, the hack. But I gotta put like 5+ plates on there to make it worth my time. So like stacking on 10 plates, it just makes it just like is it really worth my time. So what I usually do is a seated calf, like 2 plates on each side, like myo sets, just super short rest times, like 30 seconds. So I'll get like probably 8 to 12 on the first set.
Do you ever feel gas truck on the seated or just soleus?
It just depended on my toe. I never have a problem with feeling my whole calf on the seat. I know everybody's like, oh, you can't fucking grow your calves on the seat as well as standing, but I find that standing, the limiter tends to be sometimes just that like fatigue of like axial loading.
Yeah, axial loading, right.
But I think the best, if you have a leg press that doesn't have those middle bars, because it's a unilateral leg press. Yeah. So it's got all those bars in the middle. You can't do calf raise on it.
I like the donkey calf the most.
Oh, donkey calf's the best.
Yeah.
You got it. But I have to load. I have to do the stack Plus I have to load 4 or 5 plates on the donkey calf to get enough.
Right.
But yeah, I'll show you the crazy winners lighting over here.
So this is good lighting, huh?
This is the winners.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
How'd you like the workout overall?
It's fucking amazing.
Yeah, you loved it? Yeah, you fucking killed it. I mean, what I'll say about somebody like Todd is that even at his level, with the amount of training he's done, the open-mindedness to train with me and learn something new, because I'm always like that. If I go to meet with Hani or with, let's say, you know, Derek or other people, I'm never like, oh, I know best. I go into it with open mind, thinking I might not take every single thing that this person does and just do it verbatim. I might take 1 or 2 things. Like Hani, him and I see very differently on a lot of things in terms of like intensifiers and the amount of sets and the amount of reps and like forced contraction phase partials, like that stuff I don't really prescribe to, but there's so many things that I got from his session. I was like, oh, this is cool, I want to incorporate this. So I think that type of open-mindedness, even at our level, is what separates people from like good and great. Because if you think you know it all, because I've met guys that are at a way lower level than you in terms of knowledge base, and they're so like, oh no, I don't do it like that, or oh no, like I wouldn't train like that, or like, you know, that's way too slow, or you know, stuff like that. And I think that I always tell people, don't take my training and think you should do it verbatim, because you probably not really love it as much as I do, but I've come to love it. Whereas if you were to do a 6-second eccentric on a leg press every single time, or train exactly like me every time, you might actually not enjoy it, which then would be a detriment to your progress, because you're not looking forward to coming to the gym. But if you're like, okay, you used to be a no control guy, and you just take that one cue of like slight pause and stretch and a concerted drive instead of explode, you just take that one cue and you're like, oh, I can still train the way I like and just do that one thing that Eric showed me. That's gold to me, because now you're still doing what you like. You're still loving showing up to the gym, and you just take that one cue, or it's something that's helping you alleviate some elbow pain or knee pain. Whatever that is, whatever that one little thing is, that's what makes the world of difference to me. So don't think you have to train exactly like this. Just take 1 or 2 things that I showed in this video and start to incorporate in your training, and you might find that it's really useful for you. And if it's not, then don't use it. So it's just a matter of picking and choosing what works for you in the long term.
The biggest difference from what I expected was it wasn't cardiovascularly hard, because I usually train really high reps with legs.
And that'll cook you cardiovascular.
And if I go heavy weights, it hurts my knees. Yeah. So I have to go light. And with this,
you can do the best of both
because
worlds.
it was going slow and we were using those pads to change the moment arm and the torque,
yep,
it made it so much harder with lighter weights. So it's easier on the joints, harder on the muscles.
Correct.
Which is the whole point.
That's the whole point.
I mean, you're young and you're training like an old dude, which means that you will never have old dude joints.
Yeah, that's why I can run around with my kids. Like if we wanted to go outside and run some sprints right now, I'd be totally fine to do so, or do some box jumps.